Fallen leaves in my hand. It's on bait. No.
You ever hear Billy Talent?
Something yesterday. Black flag, red flag. I forgot the red flag was the name of the song, right? It was in Burnout. It was in Burnout.
I don't know. I only know 2 songs, and I listened to his latest album.
Are you talking about this on the video? Because we need to start the video.
Welcome everybody to Fist Truck TV.
Have you ever heard of the band called Billy Talent?
Just leave the first part in. Yes, I have. And my friend introduced him to me in high school. And he was like, yo, I want to sound just like him. And I'm like, you want to sound just like him?
Yes.
Okay.
They will call me instead of Billy Talent. I'll be fucking William Skilled. Yeah.
And then all he made was metalcore music. So I don't know how he sounded like him.
Okay.
But it worked. Yeah.
So, before we talk about why we're doing another playthrough of Elden Ring.
We're doing this is another playthrough?
Are you all right? Are you
I don't remember doing it.
So like, are you feigning interest in this? No,
are you like? Did we do it on the other channel or this channel?
This channel. That was this channel, bro. It was the first
really?
one. It's literally the reason. Not literally the reason, but like it was the thing that kind of like spurred the creation of this channel.
Did we complete it?
Yeah.
Huh.
Did a dual greatsword playthrough.
Huh.
Yeah, it was Blur. It was like 2 years ago at this point, but it was definitely a Blur.
So what's well,
before then, you were talking about metalcore, so I'm going to talk about that instead.
Oh, okay.
Today I was driving, and it was just kind of like the mid 2000s playlist I was getting, like, probably mid to late, because like it was just like Bullet for My Valentine.
Yeah. Good band.
And fucking Kill Switch.
Yeah.
And all that remains and all that kind of stuff.
Did you know he has his own No, he's a part of a podcast now.
Wait, who?
That the lead singer of All That Remains.
Oh, yeah, you told me about I didn't.
Yeah.
You know what you kind of triggered, man, when you told me the story that I hope that you will tell right now.
Okay. Well, okay. I only heard that. I only saw that. Okay. I didn't see him on the podcast, but I know that he's on the podcast because I looked up the podcast afterwards.
Yeah.
But one of the guys that I do watch was on the podcast, and he had an encounter with him backstage. And then the lead singer of All That Remains kind of put him on blast. He said the most
disrespectful or something.
Disrespectful person he's ever met on the podcast. And then he's like, bro, I was in the green room. I was just, I said hi, how you doing? And then I went back to my phone. And I guess, like, if I didn't pay enough attention to you, I guess, like,
yeah, it's like, I guess
that was that much attention.
Yeah, it's like, I guess that's my bad, but why do you have such a gigantic stick up your ass?
Yeah.
I wasn't. Well, I was like vaguely aware that the guy's a talker. Like he will say a thing. I was vaguely aware of that beforehand. I'm a fan of All That Remains, or at least, to be honest, like
music's good. You introduced me to them recently.
Like 3 albums of theirs I can listen to front to back and enjoy thoroughly. Another album of theirs, I will enjoy some of it, but it's kind of all right. And then everything else I have not liked.
I can separate the artist from the art.
Yeah. But just that, so the guy, I wasn't aware until recently because I was just trying to, I was listening, like I just, sometimes you start listening to a band again, so that's where I was at. I was listening to some of their stuff and I'm like, oh, I wonder, like, have they done anything? Because I feel like it's been a long time since they've done something. And that's still the case. The last thing they put out was like 2018 or 17 or some shit like that. Nice. I did not like that album at all. But now since then, their lead guitar player died. So yeah, and he was
he was sick with it.
Yeah, he's like really fucking good. Really, really good. Like interesting note choices, but also just like played really well, and then riffs and shit. Like I was just really, really good at guitar.
Right.
And so I know that they kind of like stopped after, or they didn't like stop, but they kind of put things on pause. They did get a new guitar. They did get a new guitar player.
Was it Andy James?
No. That's Five Finger Death Punch. They got Jason Richardson.
Can they switch?
I don't. No. I think they went to the same places. It's not the same place. Sorry, I think they went to the right place, is what I should say. Okay. Because when you listen to Andy James solo stuff beforehand, which for guys who don't know, Andy James also a guitar player, really, really good technically. I find his solo music to be very boring, but it's technically impressive. Same kind of for Jason Richardson. I think he's got quite a bit of a following through his solo music, but I find it to just be like kind of just a collection of riffs and shred, but with no cohesion. But I feel like they went to their proper bands,
right?
I guess for lack of a better phrase or something. And but they haven't done anything with them. They haven't like put out any music with that has them on it. So so I was looking at like their latest album or one of their albums. Like there was an album of theirs that I didn't like, and I was just wondering what the general consensus of it was. So, and this is had to be like within the past week I did this. So I look up a review of it, and the top one is like a review from either Metal Sucks or Metal Injection, or one of those two websites.
Yeah.
Yes, and
they have the theme song. They got the theme song.
Oh, so like right then and there, I caught not everything the guy has done that's controversial, but I got hit with it like a fucking a train.
Oh, what happened?
This review was written quite some years ago, because the album that I think they reviewed either came out in 2014 or 2017. I forgot which one. Okay. Where am I going? Oh my god. Oh, it's been a few months since I did a playthrough of this. Oh god. Okay.
What? I mean, straightforward.
So apparently he's been a very, very prolific user of the F word.
Okay.
Like the fucking
the bad one.
The bad one, yeah.
Yeah.
And when obviously that people on the internet got upset over that, he pretty much just doubled down and was just like, yeah, I said it. And I'm gonna do as little as I possibly can to interject about how I feel about that, because that's a can of worms I'm not welcoming in here. But yeah, so pretty much that was the gist of it. I think there was more stuff, but I also am aware that since the guitar player died, so the way the guy died was that they found him dead. They found him dead in like what you could call a puddle, or like a pond or something. Like he was face down in there, so I think it was assumed that he like drowned to death. But it was apparently only like 5 inches of water or some shit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so like kind of sus. But and also that like a week before he died, what is like an apparent suicide. Or sorry, unalive yourself event. I don't know. Well, I already said it, so too late. But
yeah,
a week before that happened, he made a will, and with his wife being the sole beneficiary.
And
like out of all his stuff, like made sure to like write out his sister, that she couldn't get anything, but apparently they were on good terms or some shit. I don't know. So essentially, this is all coming from the singer.
Right.
Who said all this shit after he died, and he's just like, I can't say much, but, you know, essentially he's, you know, like, he didn't
he's
say...
gossiping.
Yeah, he's gossiping, you know, pretty...
Like, I'm not saying it, but
I'm not saying it, but, you know, he's heavily implying that she had something to do with his death.
What,
yeah, the
wife
wife. The wife had something to do with his death. Yeah, because he said that, like, he was miserable with her, and he kept trying to get him to divorce her or some shit like that. But that's all this guy said. And you know, I will say, like, at least from what details, you know, like hearsay details, it does seem kind of sus. It does seem kind of sus, but, like, you know, essentially that's the police to figure that shit out. Which apparently, I don't know if they still have an investigation going on, but they did have one.
Well, that happened a long time ago now.
Yeah, it happened a long time ago, so I don't know if that's still going on. But, like, you know, murder investigations, if that's, like, a suspected thing, or, like, an open book. So, so anyway, I guess the you know, the point being that the guy talks a lot. Like, he says shit.
Right.
And in that review for the album on Metal Sucks or Metal Injection, whichever the website is, yo, it was literally an editorial piece disguised as a review. Like, so you're talking about separate the art from the artist, right?
Yeah, they didn't.
Bro, the thing was almost not a review. Like, literally, there's just one part in the review where the guy said the music was generic and bland and shitty and stuff. And like verbatim. And it was more just like a... Sorry, that, and then at the end of the, you know, essentially saying, like, oh, hey, you're gonna, you know, use that word, you're a dick, all that kind of stuff. Like just pretty much, dude was, like, pretty much just going nuts over the singer's words, and then at the end of the review called the singer the F word.
Okay.
I'm like, you don't fight magic with magic in this situation.
No. Everything you wrote before you ended that just is invalidated.
Like, yeah, like when I read it, I don't like that album too. So, like, I gotta be clear, that album I don't like. So, I mean, to be fair, like, you know, I agree with, like, the bland part of it, bland and boring kind of shit. Like, I agree with that, but not I don't know. It's just one of those things where, like, how can you, I know it's, like, out of left field, but, you know, like, how can you trust a place that'll do a review on something and not review it, I guess. Like, the thing is that music is art, and sometimes it's hard to separate the art from the artist when the artist comes through in the art.
Yeah, you know, everybody gets really hurt nowadays. Or, well, I don't even know if it's nowadays. Just
but
they take what is it? What the hell is it called?
Virtue signaling, fishing for brownie points.
They have a social, parasocial relationship with a person.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, now everything that they do is now personal to me. And it's like, is it really?
Yeah.
You don't have to take it that way. Also, you don't have to engage at all. In fact, you writing about it probably put more spotlight on him.
Yeah. Like,
and yeah, it's like some people are just not the best representatives of, like, a cause, you know. And I would say, like, if that was the case, like, from what you told us, it's not.
Yeah, like, I feel good. You know, like, I agree that, you know, don't throw, especially, you know, if you're just like calling people that shit out in public or whatever, and, like, don't use the word. Don't use the F word, okay? But, like, but on the other hand, you know, if you're, if you're, oh, come on, give me the dagger. Okay, so, on the other hand, if you're trying to, like, make a point that this guy's a douchebag and then you just call him that word, then, like, like, that's not
invalidate everything.
Yeah, and not only that, that means you agree with him. That means you agree with it. It's like, yeah, I said it. Like, you know, like, I don't, you know, if you say you didn't mean it in the way that you think he did or something, or he's not, you know, I didn't use the word in that connotation, but he's using the other one, and then you proceed to use that word the same exact way against him, it's like, oh, haha, you know, like, you think you have the last laugh, but you kind of just, like,
you kind of
proved them right.
Yourself. Unless it was like a
Why am I doing this?
I don't know.
Kind of like I'm on like Omega Dodeca autopilot right now.
unless you're doing like a parody of yourself, like you actually agreed with them, and then like that I guess that would be funny.
That there's too many layers to them that we know that's not what happened.
A little layer, too many layers removed to see past it. You know?
Yeah. So
we don't need the fourth layer of cheese in this Taco Bell taco.
The more layers, the more, I don't know, authentic it is. But yeah, so I mean, I guess the most obviously the biggest current representation of that is you know, Kanye, right?
Yeah.
You know, in terms of just like separating the art from the artist, and like what I remember. So I follow, or I am subscribed to the Needle Drop, Anthony Fantano on YouTube. Even though like almost all of his opinions, it's very rare that I agree with him.
He's just entertaining.
Yeah, he's entertaining. I enjoy listening to him listening to him talk about music and stuff, like music that I, you know, really would have never heard of and had no intention to listen to. But every now and then, like, he recommends a thing and I enjoy it. But most of the time, he likes it and I don't.
Yeah, his favorite songs are like
Death Grip sucks. So there's so yeah. But on the other hand, like, you know, I respect the opinion, and so when Kanye came out with Vultures Part 1, Vultures 1, whatever, it's like one of the most recent albums he came out with. Instead of reviewing the album, he just did a video saying that the album was unreviewable. Because of that whole separate the art from the artist thing, and that he can't do it.
The whole Kanye thing, it's like
it's a mess. It's a mess. But like mess. Also, go for it.
So like the way I see it, clearly his brain works different.
Yeah.
He I forget the actual term, but he just says shit.
Yeah, he says shit.
And it makes sense to him. And I'm sure if we could interpret what he was saying, it wouldn't be as crazy. But he's, you know, that's not where he's at.
That's not his style. Yeah. So
yep.
But on the other hand, like he still does talk about the music and says that it sucks, but also he doesn't review that. It's like weird. But in the video, at the very least, I was like, okay, at least you acknowledge that like you can't do the thing. Even though he does make a point in the video that, so for example, in All That Remains, I could happily listen to like the All That Remains albums that I fucking love. I could still easily listen to them front to back and not think about, oh man, the singer said the F word. Like I could give a shit. I honestly could give a shit. On the other hand, if he was just saying the F word in the songs, then it's like, okay, this is weird. Like, why are we doing this? Why are we doing this? As opposed to like, you know, so when people say like separate the art from the artist. Like we're big fans of Megadeth, I think, right? Or like in a way. But when I hear
like Megadeth,
but also on the other hand, when I hear another Megadeth song where he's just like, "Oh fuck the government," and I'm like, "Okay, guy." Like, okay, man. All right, cool. I get it. Yeah. Like, I mean, that was his shtick the whole time. So, you know, props, but also, you know, okay, man. I get it. Like kind of shit. Yeah. Where sometimes I can't necessarily get past it, is all I'm saying in that case. Like that, where that's an example of sometimes separating the art from the artist is not the easiest thing to do. And that's the same shit that happened with Kanye, because like, you know, considering all the shit he said, and then in his music he's talking about not being anti-Semitic because he fucked a Jewish chick, and it's like, and it's like, you can't really separate the two because one influences the other, and especially in hip hop and rap, you know, like it's lyrically driven, so you know, it's like realistically I would expect him to write about it, but no. Oh fuck, yo, what am I doing this episode?
You're collecting supplies, it looks like.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Have
you explained why we're doing this?
No, I have not, but I guess now's the time, now's a chance. So so the DLC, Shadow of the Erdtree, is coming out pretty soon. I guess this is the last thing we're talking about this episode. That's why I'm playing in the first place. I'm playing it again. So Shadow of the Erdtree's coming out. In like I don't know when this video is gonna go up, but probably, you know, like at least like a month or two, some shit like that. Not when the video goes up, but like whatever. Shadow of the Erdtree's coming out pretty soon, and I am a big proponent. Now that we're recording this, means that I have given myself a deadline I have to adhere by for my next fish truck video. Because in my video, ideally, that I have not recorded yet, but in the video, I'm going to make a point that if you want to enjoy the DLC, you should probably, best practice is to like make a fresh character.
Yeah. Never do a DLC on New Game Plus.
Yeah. Like, I mean, you could like in Bloodborne, I did it. You know, my first go was like on New Game Plus 5, I think, with the Bloodborne DLC, and that was brutal. Every single boss, aside from the living failures, was brutal. Like Maria was kind of all right, I think, but specifically Ludwig, Lawrence, and fucking Orphan of Kaz were cock and ball torture.
Yeah.
It was brutal, and I was like, okay, yeah, let me not. But specifically in Bloodborne too, Bloodborne as well, is that that game already on a fresh playthrough, the bosses do a shit ton of damage.
Right.
So playing on New Game Plus did not help my cause either. Did they like patch this game? I'm sorry, like. This feels like it's running way smoother than it ever did.
I'm sure it is.
Oh, God. So, yeah, anyway, the point being that, oh, nice. The point being that, I kind of just want to do a fresh playthrough, and also do one of my Sword and Shield, build, because that's, you know, the one people like. It's been a while since I've done it, and, I don't know. I kind of want to go through the video or go through the playthrough, kind of just rebuilding that build, which, you know, wasn't all that complicated to begin with, but still, and then just playing that way, because I will say playing Sword and Shield for some bosses doesn't help all that much, but for a lot of them it, you know, I'm not gonna say trivializes, because it's a playstyle in its own, like in itself, as opposed to like you're not really using the shield. I don't use the shield to defend myself. I use it to kill.
Right.
So, but it's cool. It's fun. It's exciting. And I figured just it'd be a, you know, kind of a neat thing to just go through the game again, fresh playthrough. This is going to be my DLC guy when the DLC comes out, which means I'll hopefully be done with this by then, and this will all be up on the YouTubes before then. Yeah, that's the gist of it. That's why we're doing this. And I think that'll this was a lack. I don't know what to call this. This was a first episode where it was almost like I wasn't even here.
Yeah, you didn't. Should have prefaced why we were running around like
I did it on purpose. I did it on purpose.
Oh, okay.
I did it on purpose.
Why are we watching this and listening to metal music?
I did it on purpose by not talking about why we were playing the game at first. I thought it'd be funny, and then as I'm playing the game, I realized how. Like, this is kind of me going through the motions, like what I always do at the start of a playthrough, but
yeah.
I guess like episode 2 will be the actual start of this playthrough, which will be